It's the Underpowered Hour. On this week's show, it's Rebelle Rally Week, and we're joined by Liza and Jenna to talk about all of the exciting action, sponsors, vehicles, and other Land Rover teams. Now, here's the show. Welcome to the Underpowered Hour. I'm Steve Barris, mild-mannered television executive by day and Land Rover collector by night. You can find out more about our cars and what we're working on at thebarriscollection.com or follow us on Instagram at thebarriscollection. I'm joined, as always, by my good friend, Ike Goss.
Thank you to everyone joining us today. I'm the manual steering to Steven's lane centering assist. I'm the recirculating nut of podcasting, Ike Goss. I own and operate Pangolin 4x4 in Springfield, Oregon, where we live and breathe Land Rovers. Check us out online on Facebook, Instagram at Pangolin 4x4. Let's get started.
All right, Ike and Jenna and Liza, we're back. And you guys are somewhere in the desert in the future on the Rebelle Rally. You are doing
going across the desert. Who knows where we are? You know where we are. You know. We don't, but you know.
Yes, as well. In the future us knows exactly where you are, and you're doing a fantastic job traversing what is a great course. The vehicle's in tip-top shape, and you're nailing every checkpoint. Yep. Everything is going swimmingly well. So congratulations to you.
4 was a challenge this morning, but 5 was easy.
That's right. So yeah, it's going great. It's going great. The food has been wonderful. There's been no problems at base camp. All is well. Yeah. The addition of the inflatable chaise lounge to your tent was a great idea. And you guys are having a great time. So as we alluded to, it is Rebelle Rally 2024. If you didn't tune into our special little mini episode on Friday, Liza and Jenna are off and on track, are zooming around there in the desert. And if you haven't been following their tiny dot in the YB Races app, it's a great time to go download that and check it out. And of course, across all the social medias and all of the YouTubes and all those things, you can constantly check in on their progress. But I think people are interested in a few things. They're interested in the car, they're interested in the sponsors, and I think they're probably interested in the other Land Rover teams. And so on this, the Monday, the third day of actual competition, why not get into it a little bit as we're in, the third day of Rebelle fever. And unfortunately, we don't have a Snoop Dogg to do the field interview like they did at the Olympics. I guess Emmy Hall is sort of the Snoop Dogg to the Rebelle Rally.
I've got a quick question for our new listeners. Just give us like a brief, one sentence synopsis of this event that you're embarking on.
Here's the Rebelle Rally elevator pitch. It is an off-road navigation rally that just so happens to be for all women. It takes place in California and Nevada over about 1,600 miles of desert terrain. And we're out in the desert hunting checkpoints with nothing but a map and compass. No cell phones, no GPS ever. We're doing it the analog fashion way.
So you guys are given a coordinate and you have to find it with only a map and compass. Is that how it works?
We're given a lot of coordinates, expected to find them with nothing but a map and compass. That is correct. Generally speaking, there are more checkpoints than you can get most days. And so it's a game of strategy. We're out there, we're trying to hunt checkpoints, we're trying to keep an eye on the time, making sure we get them while they're open. They have windows where they open and close. We have to get them in order. And we have to be really strategic because sometimes you need to leave some points on the table, and you have to think really strategically about which ones you're going to leave behind, which ones you're going to go after, and how to play the game.
Yeah, and you're basically out there for about 10 and a half hours every day, hunting checkpoints, like Liza said. And it is a rally, not a race. So time is important. We're trying to maintain a pace, but you don't get extra points for getting to a checkpoint faster. So you're not trying to beat the other teams to the checkpoint. You're trying to be as accurate as you can possibly be. A lot of the checkpoints have flags, but a lot of them don't. So there's not always a marker at the checkpoint. You just have to be extremely precise with your distance and compass measurements to feel confident enough to commit to a point in space and time that you are actually at a coordinate. And you click on a tracker and you cross your fingers, and hopefully you are.
And hopefully we get more of them right than we get them wrong.
But you do get points for sweet jumps, right? That is sweet jumps.
Just send it.
Sweet jumps. Sweet jumps. So speaking of sweet jumps, let's talk about the vehicle this year. That, of course, your third teammate, as the Rebelles like to refer to it. What are you two driving this year?
We are lucky enough to have the support of JLR North America, and we are driving a Defender 130 Outbound Edition. It's a 2024. It is brand new. It's beautiful. P400 inline 6-cylinder motor on this thing. It's a beautiful, beautiful beast. And we've got an incredibly gorgeous and photogenic cherry red wrap, courtesy of one of our sponsors, Cherry Los Angeles, who designed the amazing details on the car. And we're thrilled to be representing both Defender and Cherry and the rest of our sponsors.
The clothing company, Cherry, right?
That's correct. And this car is decked out. It is pretty sweet. It does have the configurable terrain response. We've got center dip and rear locking diffs on this one.
Nice. You didn't have the rear locker last year, right? That was an upgrade.
We did not. We only had the center locker last year.
Nice.
While we never really found a place last year that prevented us from getting to it, this year we know there's going to be, just like no hesitation on some of the things that last year we had to do. So just be cautious about this year. It's going to be great. We're really excited. Super capable car. Of course, just everything about it is top notch, top the line. We're
center console fridge this time.
Oh,
look at that. Oh, fantastic. Wow.
And it's
look
cold.
at that. Oh, so cool. And you have upgraded your hydration system a little bit this year as well, right? So you're not pulling out Nalgene bottles from an ice chest in the back.
Correct. We did that last year. We found it really, really worked for us. So we made a slightly more sturdy solution, but we both have water bags hanging on the back of our seat, so we can just sip water all day long and stay hydrated and get out to pee only, a dozen times.
Right. Yeah, that's important. And you have a roof net like the Camel Trophy trucks had. You can store baggage. Oh, the attic. Yeah. Great. Exactly. No, that's fantastic. I think that's like one of the neatest things about the Camel Trophy trucks is the net upstairs. It's a good mod. It's something I think everybody should have in their cars. It's really cool. And now what about tires? Because obviously that's one of the most important things about the event is that a lot of teams last year certainly ripped through tires and, even you guys had a tire with a puncture. So what are you running this year? Are you running the stock Land Rover tires?
We're really, really thrilled to have the support of Pirelli this year. Pirelli is really getting behind the Rebelle rally. Gotta send a huge shout out to them. They not only really believe in this event, but they are putting their product where their mouth is. And this year, they offered tires as well as cash contribution to every team that's running Scorpion Plus all-terrains. And so we have Outbound Edition comes with custom 20-inch alloys. And we have the Pirelli Scorpion Plus all-terrains on there. And really, really thrilled to see where these tires can take us this year.
Fantastic. That's a big improvement over the 22-inch wheels from last year.
It just gives us a lot more tire, more sidewall.
More sidewall, more
meat.
More meat.
For
sure.
Great. Rocky, pointy lava stuff. It's really nice to have more tire.
Yeah, for any new Defender owner out there, if you are driving a 130 and you have any desire to take it off pavement, highly recommend going to the 20-inch alloys. The 22s look great if you're mostly driving your car in the city, fine, totally cool. But if you want to take this car off pavement and see what it can do, you definitely want to go to that smaller wheel, get a little bit beefier sidewall. It does make a difference.
That said, we did the 22s last year and we completed the rally.
Totally did.
Dunes and racks and all the things. So, but it's certainly more peace of mind.
You had a couple of flats last year.
We did. But
we did, as well as like 50% of the teams last year. So we certainly were in good company.
way. But it is good peace of mind having more tire this for sure.
Cool.
awesome.
Very cool. And you're carrying 6 tires, so 2 spares this year.
We are.
And you have more than enough room to keep your 6th spare inside the car.
We do. The Outbound does not have the 3rd row of seating in the back. It's all cargo space. So rather than putting the 6th tire up on the roof rack, we decided this year to put it inside the vehicle, keep our profile on the roof a little more streamlined, help with that gas mileage maybe a little bit.
Center of gravity lower.
Keep our center of gravity lower. And even with that tire in the cargo area, we still have plenty of space for everything we needed.
I would say
That's super cool.
You guys have a special new wrap for your car this year, right? And is that like a vintage inspired? It's like a white and red with a gold stripe. Is that right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, definitely the guys at Cherry Los Angeles designed it for us, and they are huge motorsports fans. A lot of their clothes, if you go to their website, you'll see they are heavily inspired by motorsport, by rally, by all sorts of things, and Camel Trophy. And they really wanted to kind of evoke the same feeling, the same spirit that a lot of those old Range Rovers, running various events, their liveries and sort of what that means.
Yeah, definitely has a strong Dakar sort of vibe,
For sure. Yeah,
for sure. Lots of history with Range Rovers and rallying, and they wanted to just sort of pay homage to Camel Trophy and those other rallies. I think they've done a beautiful job, and we're definitely noticeable out there. That's for sure.
Yeah, unlike last year, you will not miss this car. You will see this from 1,000 miles away.
Last year we were a stealth bomber. This year we're in your face. We're very noticeable, and we absolutely love it.
Well, you're also decked out in Cherry clothing.
We are. They hooked us up this year. We are riding in style. There's no question there. Can't wait to show off all of the pieces that they gave us. Yeah, feeling really good about that. And then we have a shoe sponsor this year. Alegria Shoes came to the table and sent us some super cute boots and super cute little red sneakers to go with our Cherry stuff. And so we're gonna be crushing it out there and looking good while we do it.
That is important. I mean, it is. You're a little bit faster, I think, the better you look, right? A little bit more accurate, the better you look.
Red makes you faster, right?
I don't think we have style points, but unofficially.
Yeah.
Unofficial style points for sure. Give those Ford Broncos a run for their money.
They should have a viewer's choice sort of award.
Ooh, that seems like an underpowered hour poll that maybe needs to come out.
I think so.
I think so. Though.
Maybe just a little.
A little bit, yeah, probably. But what other sponsors do you guys have to wrap up the sponsor list?
Yeah, we would be really remiss if we didn't also thank Full Sail University. They've been behind us from the very beginning. And of course, they came with support here, and super, super thrilled to have them on board. Shout out to 111 Inc. that did the work for us. They're based out of Santa Clarita. If you need a vehicle wrapped, you call my guys, Chris and Justin up there, are dynamite, and they really pulled out all the stops and made this car look amazing. So big thank you to them. And then, of course, we have to thank Underpowered Hour for all your support. Really, it's a lot of moral support and a lot of manufacturing in the workshop and fabricating all sorts of parts and pieces and things for us. So thank you so much, you guys, for making it happen. But yeah, we couldn't do this without our sponsors. Huge thing.
I did very little to help. I just want to put that out there.
Thanks to everybody but I
was actually helping your competitors' teams.
Yeah.
We have a different podcast where I help those people.
Yeah, it's true. Ike has been working on all the Ford Broncos all week, tuning
and helping the Rivian folks.
Yeah.
It's just that overpowered minute.
It is really cool. I mean, I love all the rally cars. Every generation of rally car has been a total departure from the previous one. I think the Dream Machine with the Classic 90 was such an amazing way to enter the event, and it looked so cool and performed admirably considering, everything. Yeah, it was a trooper. And certainly the Eclipse was, an incredible vehicle. and, really, I think took everything up considerably, about 26 places up. And this vehicle, I think, again, is yet another step up. The design is incredible. It really does evoke that classic rally vibe, and it's maybe too legit.
So I know it's too early to start talking about next year, but what do you think of this? The Chinese market Land Rover EV on the Chery platform, with Chery as a sponsor.
That's right. The Chery.
The Chery.
The Chery Freelander.
You guys are working on that.
You guys are working on that. Yeah.
Yeah. The Chery. The Chery. I like it.
I think we're good situation we have. The thing.
Speaking of which, so we had the Dream Machine. We had the Eclipse. What are you calling this one?
Well, our nickname for it, our colloquial nickname for it, I think has turned into the Cherry Bomb.
I like it. I like it.
So that might have to be
bright and loud.
Just bombing across the desert.
Like it's two drivers. Yeah.
So what do you we're recording this in the future past.
Right.
And so what do you guys have to do to get ready? What's that look like?
We got the car about 9 days ago from when we're recording. So 2 weeks prior to our listener listening to this. And there was a lot of packing. There's a lot of getting the car wrapped and getting the tires mounted to the wheels and
little fitments, lots of little things.
Lots of little things, getting our Max checks on the roof rack, fitting a little accessory to hold our shovel that Stephen fabricated for us. All sorts of, just little things, getting our trip computer installed and troubleshot, and then test it out this morning and discover it's not working, and then, troubleshoot again. Fine. So, it's a lot of that, and a lot of packing and unpacking and repacking to figure out what the right fit is. There's a lot less brain power that goes into it in our third year. Now there's just some things that we just kind of know that are just kind of to be expected, that we feel really good about. There were other things that we really focused on to kind of just, make our whole setup a little smoother, a little easier to find things, that kind of thing. And so, we're in that fine tuning phase. We drove up to Mammoth last night, and we went out and hunted about 7 or 8 checkpoints this morning just to shake out any gremlins, and found 1 or 2, but shook them out, and now we're ready to rally.
Fantastic. Well, then it begs the question, how many other Land Rovers are participating this year in the Rebelle Rally? As that's always, when you look at any event like this, you always want to sort of see how many of your kind are competing. So what have we got on the Land Rover menu this year?
Well, this year there are 2 Defenders competing. The other Defender team 118, definitely give them a follow. Stephanie and Stacy are JLR employees. They work for JLR North America, and they are driving a new Defender 110, and they'll be out there. So we'll have Defender twinsies at some point during the week.
I think they're pretty well color coordinated too. They're going to look good.
Yeah, definitely. And that team, definitely give them a follow. We're really happy to be working with them, mentoring them a little bit, helping answer some of their questions, and being their cheerleaders throughout the event. Your rookie year really is a wild and crazy ride. It's the year that
huge learning curve.
Huge learning curve. It's the year that you learn how to rally. And, we've been meeting with these amazing women over Zoom and in person to help, get them prepared and get them excited for the rally. So we're really hoping that they do well and have a great time doing it. We're going to be out there cheering them on ourselves. You guys should be at home too. There's a Discovery 5 that's going to be in the event this year. Team Port and Starboard. The driver is our friend Lou, who we competed with in 2022. She's back driving her Discovery 5. We've got the return of the B3 Rebelles. You might remember them from last year.
Is that Bernard?
Bernard.
Everybody's favorite Discovery too. It's incredible.
It's just like a gem. It's the only Discovery 2 that hasn't failed spectacularly.
I feel like if you do anything to that car, though, you can't do anything to it. You can't service it. You can't do anything because it'll ruin it. It's like Becca's 107. If you do anything to it, it will stop working. You have to just leave it like it is. It's structural grease.
No, for that Marie has worked on it extensively to get it ready for the rally this year. And I'm super excited that they are back, and I'm super excited to rally with Bernard out there alongside us.
They're great.
We love them. They're awesome. The other Rover team, we are expecting the Villains to roll in with an LR4 because they always do. I know they're in the event this year. I did not look up to make sure.
Is this the year they finally switched to a new Defender?
Could be.
They could just grab one. I mean, they have a whole dealership full of them at any moment.
Could be, but I do believe they're in an LR4 to the best of my knowledge. But you guys can correct me if I'm wrong in just
That's true.
AI voice saying that they're driving.
Yes, I will just dub you over. Could be anything. They could be driving.
So there's like, did I hear this right? There's what, 4, 5 Land Rover teams. So
it's huge.
We're getting up there in terms of percentages.
Slowly taking over.
And how many teams are there this year? 65?
67 at last count.
67.
Wow.
Might be
just about
65
there.
at the time we start, but 67 was the last number I.
Yeah, not every team always makes it all the way to that start line. That's, certainly last year there was a little touch and go there. And not every team makes it to the finish line, of course, either. There's always a little touch and go on that as well. It's not an easy race to complete.
Let's not jinx it.
Certainly won't be this team, but it's very exciting, and there we are.
So what are the 3 keys to victory here? What do we got to focus on?
Time management, navigational accuracy,
An afternoon cold brew.
afternoon cold brew.
Oh, I was going to say in snacks, but afternoon cold brew. Yeah, there you go. It's a cold brew fueled event. That's more important than gasoline for the car.
I feel like a missed opportunity on the sponsorship there for the cold brew.
That is true.
We tried.
Yeah.
Anybody out there with a cold brew company, we are good.
You need the product.
Yeah, I really feel like Drive Coffee would be our,
Makes sense. It just makes sense, right?
They sent us some swag a little while back. I'll have to reach out to those guys. They're real nice.
But they've got I love their stuff. I mean, it's super cool looking, and they seem to be a pretty good bunch of folks. So there you go.
And they had Steve McQueen track one. They have all sorts of fun.
Huge opportunity there for cold brew opportunity. Does the Outbound have a bigger gas tank than the standard car? It's the same size.
It's the same size as last year's 130 that we had. We tested it out by running it out almost completely to just to see.
Yeah.
To test. Just to
good.
see.
We could have looked it up, but it looks like it holds 22 gallons.
That's right.
Based on what it's.
Yeah, it's important to just check that out real quick.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good. It's important to know that. That's good to know. Well, there you have it. It's going to be a very exciting week for everybody. So again, if you haven't downloaded YB Races to track the dots, go ahead and do that. It's on the App Store. And you do have to go through. You have to find Rebelle Rally 2024. You have to activate that, and then you'll be able to track Team 155, which is.
And I think that our listeners should direct questions about the YB Races app to the Underpowered Our Instagram account, and Steven will tell you exactly how to use that.
My God, it's the greatest.
About how we're doing, people can send it to our team brand Instagram, which is at Overland Her.
That's right.
Overland _her, HER.
That's right.
And we've got some friends who are going to be keeping that Instagram account update so that you can see photos of us out on course and hear about some of the adventures and of misadventures. There's no misadventures.
I mean, there's always
only perfect adventures. Yeah, it's going to be great. And on all of the normal channels, it's going to be all Rebelle all week. So do tune in and keep abreast of the situation, such as it is out there in the wilds of California and Nevada. We are continuing to wish you all the best and all of the success as you're deep into it already in the future as we are here in the past. But it's going great. You guys are doing a great job. Really great job, and keep it up. Keep up the good work. So we'll just be here.
We got
tracking the dots.
Go after. We gotta get out there.
Yeah, you gotta get back to work. So we'll let you get back out on course, and in the meantime, we'll be here tracking your dots and praying.
Good luck. We will see you in 10 days.
Yeah. Have a wonderful time, and we'll see you on the other side of the events.
Thanks, guys.
The The Underpowered Hour is produced by Liza Barris, Ike Goss, and me, Steve Barris. Pavel Svardov composed and performed our theme music. Consider supporting the show on Patreon, and if you already do, thank you. Your support makes the show possible. For even more, check out our Instagram or Facebook.